Hello, my fellow viewers and subscribers. I don't know why on earth the microphone decided to glitch out and completely and totally ignore that, but of course it did. So, you know what? Now you got this, me pre-recording this, okay? I'm sorry about that. And very sorry about this very, very random episode. I am here with another daily dose of chocolate, and actually today I'm going to be doing something a little bit more different for you guys, actually. I'm just going to be recording myself doing a little bit of programming while talking about stuff because, you know, but I really have no idea what I want to talk about, actually. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Now, I know it sounds a little bit ridiculous. Okay, let's see. Check my directories. Got to check this. Okay, there we go. I'm also going to do a little bit of editing here, too, with some more photos, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of random rambling because I admit to the fact that, actually, I need to make another file here. Anyway, sorry. I need to stop getting myself sidetracked here. I do that a lot. Anyway, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about stuff because, you know, when it comes down to it, I didn't really know what to talk about today, really. I've been looking through the news, and there's been so much that's been happening within the past week that honestly, it's kind of hard to summarize it all into one statement. And looking back through January, honestly, it would be very weird to just summarize it all up. So in this case, I figured, why not just have a random one? You know, well, let's just do something completely and totally random for the sake of doing something random, you know? There we go. And you know what? I might as well just talk about stuff. Right now I'm trying to program the demo for Cadroid Boyman, stdfax.h. Okay, why is there a squiggly line underneath include? std. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So why is include still... Okay, there we go. I also need to include... Oops. Ah! No! Cancel! I didn't want that! Good grief. Okay, here we go. Hashtag include. There we go. Sorry about that. Man, maybe this wasn't a good idea after all. Anyway, like I said, I'm trying to make some progress on the Cadroid Boydman demo. It's not exactly consistent. You know, if I had to give you a graph of progress and show you what the progress kind of looks like, let's just say it's not a straight line. Actually, it looks a little more something like this. I'll probably just keep this graphic up for a little bit here, just so you know what the progress kind of looks like. Because, yeah, it's never going to be consistent, you know? Okay, so hashtag, I also need to include... Oh, whoa, what do I need? I need... Sorry, guys, I'm freaking out here. Okay, value return. And I also am going to need... Actually, I could just copy the string over, couldn't I? Okay, yeah, let's just not worry about that. I think I got everything I need, because... Let's see... Actor H... Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. So anyway, as I was saying... If I had to say anything about most of what's going on right now, yeah, like I said, it's going to be kind of overwhelming to go back and redo it all, and also it'd be kind of hard to just... It'd kind of be hard to look back through it all, and gosh dang it, this was a mistake. I kind of wish I didn't try to do this, program and record at the same time. But anyway, like I said, it's kind of hard to recap it all, because you know what? When it comes down to it, a lot of it's kind of depressing, and you know, I kind of wanted to do something a little more fun this time. Because, you know, like, there's Microsoft breaking its own operating system. And yes, I know, I am using Windows here, but it's Windows 10. They stopped updating it a long time ago. And you know what? I don't even have it connected to the internet, so I don't get their awful updates anymore. So, you know, I don't even have to worry about that. And really, overall, my overall operating system right here is Arch Linux, but, you know, still, that's neither here nor there. Also, when it comes down to it, class... menu. The only reason why I have Windows on my PC is only because of Visual Studio 2022. Well, okay, actually, I used 2022, but actually, I'm more fond of 2019 because they did so many things right with that one. Actually, I think 2015 was still ultimately my favorite, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. I just got 2020 because it was easiest to get. I didn't have to go scouring the web just to find the installation media for it, because that's the problem with 2019, is that they made it obsolete. They wanted to not have people download it and use it anymore. So let's just go like, hey, let's force everybody to use Microsoft Visual Studio 2020, huh? Privat. There we go. Yeah, like I said, screw Microsoft. I mean, this IDE is fantastic. I just wish they just switched it over to Linux, you know? Please just make this available on Linux. And no, not Microsoft Visual Studio Code, because I can never figure out how to frickin' work that, even if I tried. Like, I still have to use the frickin' console just to get it to work. And even then, it's a bit of a stretch when I do. But that's neither here nor there. When it comes down to it, though, public, it almost seems like Microsoft does not, L-I-C, there we go, does not want to work on Windows anymore, apparently, because it seems like they're very busy just ultimately trying to destroy Windows altogether with all the updates that they've been doing, because most of their updates have been causing computers not to boot up or not to work as properly as they used to, causing all other programs on their computers that are made directly by them to freak out and not work anymore. They've also been adding Copilot to absolutely everything. They broke Notepad. Like, how on earth did you break one of the most simplest apps, you know, an app that has existed since Windows, actually, not even 98, Windows 1, really? Like, this app is just a text processor, really. I mean, you could just type anything you want into it, like Hello. Though, granted, I hate Hello World programs, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Like, you could type anything you want into Notepad, and honestly, granted, it will not check your spelling or anything like that, but you know what? You could practically program in Notepad if you wanted to. And Microsoft is going around and breaking that? Like, why? Why is Microsoft doing that? Again, it's like they don't really want to work on their own operating system anymore. And, you know, it's also kind of shameful, too, because they actually blamed you for updating your system when it didn't have the proper update, despite the fact that, you know, some of their solutions was to roll back. I mean, part of their solution was to roll back the update for breaking some of these other things, when technically also, that also kind of ended up causing a bit of an issue later on, too. So it's like, you know, it's kind of sad that Microsoft decided to throw out their entire QA team and let everybody become a beta tester. Because apparently, I think the Windows Insider program is either having a whole lot of communication failures or just doesn't exist anymore. Like, really, everybody's a part of the creation program now, because they don't have people willing to participate in it anymore, because of the fact that most of the people who have participated in it got screwed over. You know? It's like, wow, Microsoft, what the frick are you doing? How is this viable for the future? Okay, so let's see here. We're going to go SDL. SFL? No, SDL. There we go. SDL texture. There we go. And we're just going to go... what do I want to come for this? I go through this all the time when programming. Okay, actually, I need to put an asterisk on it first. We'll just go... title text. There we go. And I also need to create another SDL texture, but first I also need to go SDL _FRECT. Actually, I need to capitalize the F and the R. And then we're just going to go dest rect, because I do not need a source rect for this, because this is not an animation. Anyway, as I was saying, oh yes, and I also need to do this too. I also need to put down clear. Well, we'll just put it down underneath clear, and then we're just going to go SDL _destroy DES. This has also helped me learn a little bit better about spelling. Destroy, process, renderer, see more, sophomore, texture, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, destroy texture, title text. Okay, I'm gonna cursor also again. Oops, I forgot the semicolon. Well, remember, when you're programming, semicolons are pretty much like periods. But yeah, it's like Microsoft just doesn't want to work on Windows anymore. And when they do, they put such a half-hearted effort into it that, you know what, they would just want to rather turn around and blame the user rather than, actually fixing the frickin' problem. Like, oh, no, this isn't our oh, wait, I forgot to put a void in front of this. Oopsies. Anyway, in case you're wondering what voids are, basically this is a program function that doesn't return anything. Actually, almost anything and everything can be turned into a function in C++. Doesn't mean that everything should be turned into a function, but almost anything and everything can be turned into a function. I'm also going to set reset desrect here, even if it doesn't really necessarily desrect. There we go. Equals 0, 0, 0, 0. Not P, 0. Okay, there we go. So that way, it pretty much everything's pretty much reset back to 0. So I'm just going to put this down as... Also, I need to remember to comment my code. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, when it comes down to it, I don't think Microsoft really wants to work on Windows anymore, because Windows 11 is just absolute garbage. And this is also part of the reason why I'm not going to upgrade this virtual machine, even if Microsoft wants to push me. Not that they can, because I'm not even connected to the internet with this virtual machine, but, And look, it's not like I don't have a PC that can run Windows 11, because I do. It's sitting right next to me. It was custom built, but it can run Windows 11. I know the specs are there for it, but I just refuse not to, because it seems like Windows is just busy destroying their own reputation at this point, because they're putting so much money into AI right now, which... Yeah, I've already had that argument, but if I wanted to continue on with it, all I gotta say is the... title. If I had to continue on that argument, all I gotta say is, yeah, no, it sucks, and honestly, I don't think they should keep investing in it. How's our progress bar looking? Okay, yeah, it's looking pretty good. Okay, yeah, keep going up with that. Okay, good work. Anyway, so, yeah. Other words, yeah, I'm not exactly a big fan of it. Also, another reason to also have this, too, is that actually it does also kind of help with testing for Windows 2, specifically, even though, granted, Linux has Wine, which actually is fantastic, really. I mean, I'm not complaining about Wine. Sure, it has its limits, but, like, for example, with this one, but hopefully someday I might be able to download the latest version of Visual Studio, well, maybe just 2022, because I don't want to mess around with the AI features that they got with 2023 or whatever they've got currently going right now. And I also would like to, okay, let's see here, the title. Okay, this is the texture for the title. Sorry. This is sort of a devlog, sort of Daily Dose of Chocolate podcast kind of thing going on here. I'm trying to work while I work here. Gosh dang it. Is this what causes burnout, guys? Okay, yeah, this is going to be a fun one. I'm certain of it. This is the reason why I have a destination rectangle is that if I don't do it, then it's going to fill up the entire screen. It's rectangle to put the title where I need it. I also need to put a little bit of an animation with it too, so I am going to... reason why I'm putting everything underneath the caption, the title, is because of the fact that I want to have it organized too, so that I know which pieces go where. Hopefully you can understand that. It's my own little sticky notes, so that I don't have to go combing through the code and going like, okay, where does this piece go? What did this piece do again? What is that? Oh, wait, that's what it did. Okay, wait, no, that's not what it did. Never mind. I'm pretty sure there's programmers out there who probably also felt the same way. By the way, if you also are a programmer, an artist, or a story writer, or anything like that, or a music composer, you know what? I got a place that you can actually go join, and I got something that you can join and actually show some of your creativity, the Shake It Up Jam. Now, this jam is actually a jam that's supposed to run in between March and April. Actually, like the 22nd of March all the way up to the 5th of April. And, of course, this is basically where you work within that 2-week deadline just to get the... I believe it was the 5th of April. I don't know. I gotta check. You know what? I'm just going to use the window calendar because I don't know. Oh, good grief. Thank you. All right, so down. Okay, so yeah, the 22nd of March, the 5th of April, that is 2 weeks. Okay, that's good. So anyway, yeah, basically you got to work in between the 22nd to the 5th of April to get a game done. And basically you don't have to be a game programmer in order to join too, because you know what? You can always team up. Actually, I encourage teams, because as a guy who's worked by himself developing games before, you know what? It's not easy to do it by yourself. In fact, it's ridiculously hard. So, you know, like I said, having a bit of a team to help you out with, you know, somebody to take part of the load actually helps with development and makes the game a lot quicker and easier to develop. And heck, maybe so we could develop 2 games, because I will permit that. I will permit that. Just as long as you make it within the 2 weeks that I have given to you, you know? Just so you know. But anyway, okay, so this is the controller for the... I hate those typos. Of the title. You know, I was expecting myself to be a little more of a multitasker. Unfortunately, my brain is just not willing to work with me on this one. Anybody else agree with this? Should I do this as an integer, or should I do this as a float? Well, actually, I would have to convert it either way, so I'm going to have to do it as a frickin' float. I hate floats! I hate floating point integers! Just so you know, doubles are so much better. Actually, you know what? I might as well well, no, I still got to convert it over to a float, don't I? I hate floating point integers, okay? Just so you know, I rather work with ints. Why? Because ints are solid, they always work, and they don't mess up. Floats, on the other hand, are a royal pain in the butt to work with. It doesn't matter if you're using classic floats or new modern floats. Even if more modern computers are better with modern floats. Well, okay, we're not talking about AI, though, okay? We don't talk about Bruno here. No. That's a very old meme, isn't it? I mean, okay, it's kind of sad that 2021, I think, was that when then the movie came out? I don't know. I did get to see it on Christmas Eve, though. Still a good movie. Actually, I'd still say it's one of Disney's better movies that they've made of recent. And unfortunately, it's just kind of sad that Disney hasn't really necessarily surpassed that movie in any way, shape, or form ever since. I mean, they've been kind of floundering. I've heard some good things about Zootopia 2, and honestly, I kind of want to watch it because... But I'm not fully sure on it still. I'm not 100% sold on it because Disney has not really necessarily made that good of movies of recent, and unfortunately, it's kind of sad. I am not really interested to see in Hexed either because, again, I think there's a lot of people who associated it with the Owl House situation, and honestly, I kind of agree with that, though I don't think it's 100% of an FU to, what was her name again? I know, wait. She was the one that made, what was the show again? What was the show made by Glitch again? Oh, yes, The Knights of Guinevere. There we go. That's it. That show. Actually, it is a really fantastic show, by the way. Dana Terrace. That's her name. I'm sorry. It takes me a little bit to get to it, okay? Problem with the ADHD. Wait a second. For the size, let's just go... X. Let's be specific about this. Because we don't want it to be like, oh no, it's like too big, it's too small, it's too big, so, you know? Or well, actually, it's too big on one dimension, you know? We don't want to have to one dimension, we got to define two. Anyway, no, that's neither here nor there. Dana Terrace, like everybody think that Hext is a FU to Dana's Terrace, which honestly, I don't think that's the case. And no, I don't think Dana was trying to be mean or nasty or cruel to Disney when she made Knights of Guinevere, but she is trying to show the more corporate side of it. And honestly, I really hope that show gets greenlit. Because you know what? I think that'd probably be the best show that Glitch may have ever produced, ever, if they greenlight it. Seriously. No joke. Though I know there's a lot of people out there who are complaining about exercise, about Glitch having one too many shows, because I know there is the Game Oververse, which, yeah, I do admit, I do think that they are having a bit of a problem with pilots, and I do agree with that. There is a problem with a whole lot of indie pilots that are going around, and, you know, I mean, you know what? I do want to pitch my own indie shows today someday. Sorry, got a little bit focused in there. I would like to pitch my own indie shows someday. I kind of showed a bit of a hint of what they were on this channel already, and on my Discord server and such. So if you want to go through the history of my community, go right ahead and be my guest, because I'm not going to reveal the titles here. But like I said, I do kind of want to pitch those shows someday, and hopefully, I mean, I might just do a pitch. I'm not going to do a pilot, because if I get full set and doing a full animated pilot, I might as well just make it episode 1 and continue the series on, whether the people like it or not. Because I kind of want to see it through as my own artistic passion, you know? And I don't know, it's going to be kind of hard to come up with the money for it. And yes, I know I could pitch it to Glitch Productions, but I don't know. And I know a pilot is basically just more of a public test more than it is anything. Like, to just see how the audience likes it and see if it's worth going forward with it, to see if the audience members will buy products of this and such. And honestly, like I said, I do kind of want to buy some Knights of Guinevere merch, only because of the fact that I want to support the show. Though, granted, I'm also really excited to see what the next episode of The Amazing Digital Circus has to offer, too. Though, I do have my own theories on that, though I am trying to make a bit of a separate video for that one. And there's a reason why for that. I want to try and get it up sometime this February, at least. So, at least there's something to look forward to, right? Y size equals 0. We're just defaulting all these to 0, because why not? The title... I do this a lot, okay? Don't ask me why. Maybe it's just because I'm sleepy or something, I don't know. And I probably am misspelling controller too. But please. Position of the title, even though granted I really should have done the position first and then I always do the position first because that's just how I work, but in this case I just decided to do float. You'll float too. Expose equals 0. Actually, we'll just put T expose, because actually I should probably do this in front of this too. There we go. Okay, so T expose, there we go, and of course we need to go the T, good grief, title, again, this is, oh, wait a second, forgot to comment. But anyway, like I said, The Amazing Digital Circus, like, I have my own little theory about that, and... actually, to tell you the truth, I think it's probably going to contradict a whole lot of other theories out there. A lot of popular ones, anyway. Because, you know, I know that the most popular ones right now is that none of the characters are real. People just put on the headset and walked out. I don't think that's the case. Look, Gooseworks would have implied something completely and totally different sooner than this if that was the case. I don't think that's the case. And, you know, or like Pomni isn't real, or... Gangle isn't real, or some of these characters aren't real. I don't think that's the case at all, because you know what? Gooseworks has stepped out and actually mentioned the ages of these characters before. And honestly, from most of the Digital Circus and what we've experienced from it so far, most of this seems to line up. Kinger's been the one there, been there the longest. Ragatha has been like second longest. Jax probably... oh, well, actually, I don't know. Maybe he wasn't there before Gangle and Zubul. I don't know. I know Gangle and Zubul are both older than Jax. And I think, well, but then of course, isn't Pomni older than Jax? Just by a little bit? I don't know. I forget. I gotta look this up again. I gotta look it up. But anyway. Okay, this is the... my. There we go. But you know what? I also have a whole lot of other questions for the Amazing Digital Circus, though. Actually, my personal favorites for it right now is, was the Amazing Digital Circus programmed in C++? Somebody wants to clip this and send it to Goose. Is it okay if I call Gooseworks Goose? Okay, yeah. Don't include that question, please. I have a funny feeling that she might actually come out of nowhere and try to hit me with the frying pan. Probably suggesting that idea. She probably might also go like, that could be fun. Or wait, I would never! And then actually decides to do that to me anyway, but you know. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Like I said, if you want to clip some of these questions and send it off to Gooseworks, go right ahead. Like, I mean, my favorite questions happens to be, is the Amazing Digital Circus programmed in C++? Is it running on a Windows 98 machine? 98, 95 style machine? If not, probably Windows ME. XP, probably. I'm probably still going to go with 98 or 95, though, because that's the type of era of graphics that they're trying to go for here. So, you know, I think that would probably make the most amount of sense. Also, is it possible? Well, I mean, actually, you know what? No. I don't know why on earth my brain went, is it possible? Because I already want to discuss this in another theory, so I'm not going to talk about that. But I do want to ask, what on earth does Kane's eyes taste like? No, seriously, I can't be the only person wanting to know about this. Because, you know, Kane's eyes are in his mouth. What do they taste like to him? Seriously, I really want to know. I can't be the only one, right? Right? I mean, now I think there's probably a whole lot of people starting to wonder about that one. And it's like, man, we're like 8 episodes into the show almost at this point. Like, the 8th episode is just right around the corner. They're probably going to be dropping a teaser for it here real soon, and I don't think it's a big coincidence that my game jam starts right after the release of the 8th episode. No, Gooseworks, I'm not trying to plug my game jam into your show at all. I swear by it, okay? It was just a coincidence. I just wanted it to start on a Sunday so I can be there to start supporting most of my developers and most of my artists and most of the story writers that joined the jam because, you know, I want to support them. I want to help them grow. I want them to get a little bit bigger and get a little bit more out there, you know? Because that's the whole point of the game jam. Really, it's not about winning a prize or anything like that. It's about being creative and being yourself and expressing yourself. And you know what? Growing while doing so. And trying to, you know, expand your worlds just a little bit. Expand horizons just a little bit. And you know what? Show that, you know what? You don't need an AI to succeed. And yes, if there is a Kane AI out there, he is banned, okay? Kane is not allowed inside this game jam. I am very sorry to Kane stans, but no, Kane is not allowed to join this game jam at all. Okay? More than likely, he's probably going to want to try to kill the player at every single turn. More than likely, considering how he's acted throughout the entire series. Even if you can't really necessarily die inside the circus, because of some convoluted reason. Or, you know what? Wait a second. Actually, you know what, guys? Hold on. I just had an epiphany. What if the Amazing Digital Circus was a beta? Like, seriously, no, stop and think about it. Like, it was just in its beta version. Like, and they just forgot to program death. That I'm going to have to add inside my theory a little bit later on. Okay, guys, forget I said anything like that. Please, just forget I said anything. Just go like, said what after you hear this inside the comments down below, okay? Anyway, so yeah. But like I said, I am excited to see what the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus is going to offer. Sorry about my little tangent there. POS TY pose equals 0. Okay, I think I got everything done for the title rect. Now we just need to get the... Actually, I should probably also copy this over down here too. So give me a quick second. Excuse me. Copy and paste. Programmer's favorite tools, right? Control V, Control C. You don't really need to know anything else, right? Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay, and by the way, just because I'm well, actually, no. Because I am programming, actually, tell you the truth, yes. If I had to say what my favorite character is in the Amazing Digital Circus, it is Kinger. It used to be Jax, but Kinger kind of took the spotlight shortly after episode 3, when he had his moment with Pomni. Like, honestly, that right there, I don't think anything has ever topped yet. I mean, there are some moments that have gotten close, like his moment with Ragatha, but you know what? I don't think anything ever topped the moment with Pomni, because that really goes to show that Kinger wasn't just some crazy guy. He actually is a guy that still has some logic behind most of that craziness, and despite his mad delusions and his mad theories and all the things that goes on inside his head, he's actually a fairly calm and reasonable guy, and you know, he encourages and pushes forward, kind of like what I do on this channel, you know? And you know, I kind of want to be more like him. I think we all should try, as people, try to aspire to be more like Kinger. Because, you know, like, he's a good guy. Not that all the other characters are bad, because heavens no. I mean, heck, I got a figurine of Zooble for Christmas, if you could believe it. Yeah, it's sitting right here on my desk right now. I don't want to take a picture of it and share it with you guys because my desk is really messy right now. Just say my mind is cluttered. No, my desk is cluttered, but my mind is empty. No, granted, that's also far from the truth, too. My mind is very cluttered as well. Actually, my mind is cluttered, and it's pouring out of my mind. How about that? Let's just say that. Do you mind if I say that? My mind is cluttered, and it's pouring out? I wonder how many people are going to be looking at me weird for that one. But anyway, actually, I do have reasons why my desk is a bit cluttered right now. I'm still kind of in a bit of a renovation with my room right now. Actually, I just got done with one of the more bigger renovations, and that is, my bed is now officially more off the floor. In fact, right now there is like a miniature desk underneath my bed and a series of bookshelves that I still need to line up over there, so I don't know why on earth I'm doing this rather than doing that, but, you know, like, I am getting ready to get that all organized out and set up so that I can start using it over there and maybe get my room a little bit more cleaner and organized too in the process. So, yeah, like I said, it's a bit of a process. It's taking some time, but hey, look, I am definitely kind of liking the new direction that my bedroom is going in. And yes, I know, I gotta climb up in order to get in my bed, but you know what? Thankfully, it's been able to support me. It supported me all night last night, and not to mention, it also kind of helps when I get up for work tomorrow morning too, because you know what? Now I'm probably going to be more encouraged to stay out of bed, because I had to climb down out of my bed in order to get my phone, and I'm not quite sure if my sleepy butt's gonna want to climb back up it, you know? So, yes, I do think that's actually kind of a good idea. Anyway, where's that progress bar coming along? Okay, I think that's enough progress for today. Let's end that there. Anyway, so, yeah. But, like I said, I think we should all aspire to be Kinger. I know I'm kind of going off of random subjects here, and I'm jumping from place to place. And yes, I also saw the commercial for the pilot of the Game Oververse. Looks interesting. Kind of want to go see it because I saw Grant Kirkhope's name appear in the credits, and I'm like, Grant Kirkhope? Really? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I do like a lot of Grant Kirkhope's work, okay? Like, honestly, I think him, what was the name of the composer for the Mario series? I always keep forgetting. It's a Japanesey name. I don't know why I keep forgetting. I should remember his name. But, like, Grant Kirkhope, him, David Wise, and actually, to tell you the truth, to a minor extent, he composed the Spyro series. Oh, yeah. Gosh dang it, what is the name? Stuart Copeland slipping my brain. There we go. You know, I wonder what would happen if you just got all those guys inside a room together and just let them compose a song all together. Would it be amazing? Would it just be like the best thing you ever heard? I wonder about that. I wonder if somebody's gonna clip that and send that over to any of those composers. Oh man, I'm getting some clippable moments here. I'm sorry. This is what happens when I go on tangents. I'm kind of curious. How much time have I spent with this so far? 34 minutes? Oh no, this is turning out to be an average length, isn't it? Alrighty then. Okay, so what am I doing here? Well, actually, I should probably end this right here because, I think I've talked long enough. Even though it doesn't look like I got that much done. See, back to the progress sheet again. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So anyway, if you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And hey, I kind of want to know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. Just let me know what you think. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. This is Superchocolatemilkshake, signing off.